going to start this lesson by giving all glory, honor, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekah, Quadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles and teachers and wise men of Great Millstone that I learned this truth from through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Salutations out there to the elect. All right, I'm going to start this lesson in the book of Matthew. Let's start at let's start in chapter 24. Let's get to the point. This is verse 12. It says, if you read this chapter, it goes into Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. It goes into Yahweh Shai telling his disciples what would occur in the latter times. And this is verse 12. To get to the point, it says, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. And that's what's happening in today's society. The love of many is waxing cold. You see, we have a lot of evil that is occurring in this time because we're getting closer to the end. So, iniquity is abounding throughout the earth, which brings about what? People's minds are becoming heartless nowadays. So let's play this video right here about this mother being dismembered in Mississippi, I think, Natchez, Mississippi, by her own son. All right, let's start the video, Salakia.
We begin tonight with a story you will only see here on 12 News. New details tonight about the brutal murder of Lena Brown Bradley, her youngest son accused of killing her. But it's what investigators found after searching for the retired educator that is so shocking. Adams County Sheriff Travis Patton sat down with me one-on-one. We must warn you that some of the details from the crime are graphic. Out as a welfare check on Melanie Road in Natchez on April 4th has shaken this historic city on the river.
That night, I felt like changed every last one of us.
Longtime and respected member of the Adams County community and retired educator, Lena Brown Bradley, was dead. But that's not all. It's the way she died.
This was one of those cases that you will never, ever forget in your life. This is the type of case that follows you home.
Deputies were called to this home after her oldest son couldn't reach his mother the previous day. Two of her other sons lived in the house with her. Her middle son had been working.
As soon as they walked in the house, they could just see where somebody had been cleaning up at it, and they could smell chemicals all throughout the house. Floor was extremely slippery, and the oldest son said that this is just unusual for the youngest son to be cleaning up the house like that.
The youngest son, Zachary Jackson Jr., was found locked in a downstairs bathroom where deputies could hear water slashing.
And the fact that when he opened that bathroom, deputies could see a black substance in the toilet that wasn't described as anything that would come, from your body in that way. They were disturbed at what they were seeing.
So the sheriff ordered a full search of the area. The property sat on about 2 acres of land and was surrounded by heavily wooded areas with a bayou and creeks. So they called for help from the Mississippi Bureau of Investigations. Time was not on their side as storms were coming and evidence could be lost.
Family members went to the left. My deputies went right. Next thing you know, as both my deputies and the family were trekking through this wooded area, the deputies heard a scream. They heard someone yelling, "It's a head. It's a head." And of course, everything changed at that point. It was like they were frozen in time because nobody could believe what they were hearing.
They also found a suitcase, but their biggest find would be inside the house after the sheriff called in a plumber to remove the toilet.
I can say what was in the toilet, and it was her flesh. He chopped her up in pieces. He dismembered her in a way where he knew that whoever came looking for her were going to have to do their due diligence, and they were going to have to go above and beyond to find her. And that's what we did. We found her. We found where he started to dispose of her at, and we had to get excavators out to get the rest of her.
So he spread her body parts over the property?
No. He had body parts in the suitcase, and then he flushed the rest down the toilet. He took his time and he dismembered her in a way where he can discard the pieces down the toilet.
So they were small pieces?
There were a lot. And I'm not trying to sensationalize what he did, but that's just what he did.
What?
That's what he did, because this Bible prophecy, you see, the love of many is waxing cold, whether it be your family members or just random people out here in the world. The love of many is waxing cold. All right, let's get some more scriptures. This is the book of Ephesians 5, verse 15. It says, "See that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the times, because the days are evil." You see, so right now, in the latter times, because we're in the latter times now, you see, the days are evil. So you have to walk circumspectly, because there's no telling what you might encounter when going out in the world today. You see, so you have to be wise. You have to redeem these times, because we're living in some evil times now. So be to you people that seek the Lord and seek righteousness, walk circumspectly. You see, don't just go out and think you're going to be okay, because you don't know what the day may bring. So you have to walk by faith in the Lord. You have to be wise and look at your surroundings. You see, and pay attention, because these days are evil. You see.
What happened at this home has left many in this community wondering what went so wrong.
He had threatened her the day before because she was looking to have him evicted from the home. So she was in the process of doing it and had just went to the court the day before to have him removed from the home.
29-year-old Zachary Lavelle Jackson Jr. is charged with first and second-degree murder, mayhem, and tampering with physical evidence. He remains in jail without bond. His next court date is tomorrow. Now, Sheriff Patton wanted to emphasize to us that despite the family for many years questioning the son's mental health, a family and friend can only do so much if a grown adult does not want to seek help. Tomorrow night at 6 and 10, we look at the challenge facing the family, the possible mindset of the suspect at the time of the murder, and how the impact on this heinous crime has had on law enforcement and the community.
It wasn't mental health. It was the Lord. The Lord brought judgment upon that mother. You see, the Lord used this guy as a...
and tampering with physical evidence. He remains in jail without bond. His next court date is tomorrow. Now, Sheriff Patton wanted to emphasize to us that despite the family for many years questioning the son's mental health, a family and friend can only do so much if a grown adult does not want to seek help.
The Lord used that man as a spirit for vengeance. You see? So that's the Lord used the son as a spirit for vengeance to bring about judgment. As crazy as it sounds, it's true. I'll end with this scripture right here in the book of Proverbs 28:5. It says, "Evil men understand our judgment." And that's the people of the world. They don't understand judgment. They don't understand the judgment of the Lord. It says, "But they that seek the Lord understand all things." So we understand that the Lord brought judgment to that mother by using the son as a spirit created for vengeance, which I always read in the book of Ecclesiasticus, in the Apocrypha, the book of Sirach, I think chapter 39. You can read towards the bottom. But the evil people of this world, they don't understand the judgment of the Lord. You see, they don't believe that the Lord kills and makes alive, or wounds and heals, but he does. Let's get two more scriptures, then I'll end the lesson. All right, this is Deuteronomy 32:39. It says, "See now that I, even I am he, and there is no God with me. I kill, you see, the Lord kills. It says, and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand, you see. So the Lord does the killing. Or by sending spirits for vengeance to fulfill his will. All right. Let's get this scripture. Let's get two more. This is Psalms 68:20. It says, he that is our God is the God of salvation. It says, and unto God, the Lord, the Most High Yahweh, belong the issues from death. You see? So the Lord kills. And let's read this scripture. This last one, and I'll end the lesson. This is the book of Amos 3:6. It says, shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people be not afraid? Shall there be evil in a city, and the Lord have not done it? Of course the Lord brings the evil in the city, you see. Of course he does. The Lord does that evil in the city. So all things that happen in heaven and earth is done by what? The will of the Lord. So I'll end the lesson here. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rikach Wadash, Shalom.